I'm going to be doing a second tape on cheirognomy, the study of the shape of the hands and mounts and the fingers, and give some general concepts. And as I said before, back in the late '60s to early '70s, I had gone to a secondhand bookstore and I picked up a lot of books by Cairo, who has written a lot of books on. It was called Chiromancy, and he was actually Count Louis Harmon, and he was born in 1866 and died 70 years later in 1936. But he had written a lot of books on palmistry, and I read all of them. And years ago, he had more. There were more diagrams and things in his books. There were pictures of Mark Twain and the handprints of Mark Twain and Walt Disney and Douglas Fairbanks Jr. and Sarah Bernhardt and Lillian Gish and a bunch of English generals. And he had people that were convicted of murder, people that went to the electric chair. And he did a study of both the lines and the mounts of the hand. And I believe you have to study both of them because, and in the language of the hand was probably the best book he bought. And then I lost those books, pardon me, and then I reordered them, and the new versions were still very, very good, but it didn't have all the pictures and stuff in it that the original version had that I read like 45 or 50 years ago, but still very good books. And I'm going to go over some mounts and things at this point. Now, this is what the mounts of the hands looks like. If you look around the thumb, this is the Venus mount, and that's affected by people born under the sign of Taurus and Libra, and people born on the 6th, 15th, or 24th day of any month. So when you see a prominent Venus mount and it seems extra large, the life will be influenced by them. Right above it, almost in the same mount, this is called the palmar arch. They call it the lifeline, which goes around here. But at this point, we're still studying more about the mounts and hands. I'll get into the lines because they have a lot of detail as well. So we're going to go into the lines in some of the other tapes. This area here is Upper Mars, and when the headline is interwoven with lines of the lifeline, here I call it a Martian headline. This is the Jupiter finger, as I was saying before, and this is the Jupiter mount right under it. And if it's prominent, it means that the person is affected by a December Sagittarius person, as well as maybe a March or a Pisces, and those born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, or 30th of any month. Now, right under the middle finger is the mount of Saturn. If that's prominent, you're talking about January or Capricorn people, February or Aquarius people, and those born on the 8th, 17th, or 26th day of any month. Now, the next mount comes under the ring finger, and it's called Apollo, which is the sun, and it's affected by August or Leo people, as well as February or Aquarius, and those born on the 5th, 14th, or 23rd of any month. Well, also, the mount of the sun is August or Leo, and primarily the 1st, 10th, 19th, or 28th of any month it's Apollo or the sun. Right next to it, which I almost messed up, is the Mercury mount. It's under the pinky, and that is the 5th, 14th, or 23rd, and it's June or Gemini people, as well as September or Virgo. So if these mounts are mixed, you'll find that both the 1st, 10th, 19th, 28th for Leo or the sun, and 5, 14th or 23rd for the Mercury mount. Now, this mount over here is called negative Mars. So that would be, if you found this prominent or prominent right over here in positive Mars, you're talking about people born on the 9th, 18th, or 27th day of any month, and you're talking about, excuse me, Aries or Scorpio people. And right down here is as it says, the moon mount, and that's July or Cancer people, and people born on the 2nd, 11th, 20th, or 29th of any month. And it also affects, again, February or Aquarius, but it's associated with the 7th, 16th, or 25th, which is Neptune. Now, Neptune is always associated with Pisces in some way. So this is the map of the hand. Now, you'll find that if somebody relaxes their hand, and you see a wide spread between the index finger and the middle finger, that gives independence of thought. And between the ring finger and the pinky is independence of action. If you see a divide between Apollo, which is the ring finger, and the middle finger, that's independence of circumstances. But that's providing that the hand is relaxed. If somebody is making a photocopy of their hand on a copy machine, their hands may always be spread. But when you look at it naturally, you can see which way the hands are actually at. If the index finger is spread from the Saturn finger, the middle finger, it's independence of thought. If the pinky is spread from the ring finger, of action. And like I said, between the ring finger and the middle finger, Saturn, it'd be independence of their circumstances. They can get along under almost any conditions. They're very durable people. So you always have to look at it. And the bottom part of the thumb is considered logic, and the top of the thumb is considered willpower. If somebody's thumb really bends way back, like the hitchhiker's thumb, so to speak, it gives them a lot of flexibility and adaptability with people. And it means they can get on with a lot of different and unusual people in their life. But I'm going to be getting on to some more stuff coming up, and I'll be doing another tape on cheirognomy, perhaps, but then I'm going to get into the lines of the hand, an interesting thing. What I was talking about before was Cairo's Language of the Hand, and it's one of the books that I study and research, and it has a lot of nice diagrams in it. It has pictures in it. This is Cairo's Guide to the Hand. They're very good books. And the other book I showed you, which was The Complete Fortune Teller, has a lot about the hand here too. I showed you some diagrams from that book, but it's really a good book. And I have a book here, Palmistry, and it's by Mia Rose, and has a nice diagram of the hand. I have a book here, The Instant Palm Reader. Looks like a very, very good book. The more books you read, the better understanding you'll have. Everybody has something to add to this study. So when I read a book and I think it's decent or better, I tell people about it. I'll be getting on to some more stuff soon.